Hi mathematicians, today we are on lesson 9.8 in your Go Math book, Tell Time to the Hour and Half Hour on page 401. And our question is this: how are the minute hand and hour hand different for time to the hour and time to the half hour? Okay, we're going to talk about the difference between the two hands. Okay, right here it says each clock has an hour hand and a minute hand. Use what you know about the hour hand to write the unknown numbers. Okay, looking at this clock, I can see that this hour hand, remember, is the shorter hand, is pointing right at the 1. So I know my hour is 1. And remember, we don't write 112. That's incorrect. If it's pointing to the 12 here like that, for the minute hand, you write 00. So it is 1 o'clock, the start. Okay, and then it's going to go around a full circle, and then it will be 2 o'clock. The hour hand points to remember, the short hand points to the 1, and the minute hand points to the 12. Okay, let's do half past. It is 1:30. I know it's 1:30 because if I draw a dashed line from my short hand, hour hand, I can see it's between the 1, between the 2, but remember it's still in that 1 zone. It's not 2 until this gets right on the 2. So it's still in the 1 zone, so I know it's still 1 o'clock. Okay, that's the hour. So, and it's pointing to the 6, so I know that means 30 minutes have passed. The hour hand points between the 1 and the 2. The minute hand points to the 6, okay? Points to 6, which represents 30 minutes. All right, remember, minute hand is the long hand. Hour hand is the short hand. Let's go to these clocks. An hour has 60 minutes. Remember, I talked to you about this yesterday. Every hour has 60 minutes. Starts here, and the clock, and right here in between the numbers, 5 minutes pass each time. There are 5 little ticks, little tick marks. Ow, sorry, my dog just got me. Okay, so this clock shows, well, let's see, the hour hand's pointing to the 10, and we are at the 12, so it's 10 o'clock, the start, okay? It shows 10 o'clock. Now they're showing you a digital clock. This is a digital clock, and remember, this was an analog clock. Okay, digital clocks just tell you the time right away. It's like on your cell phone. And an analog clock, you actually have to figure out what time it is. A half hour has 30 minutes. You know what? I wish they told us this the other day. This is a great little diagram. The clocks show 10:30. The minute hand has moved from the 12 to the 6, okay? So when it shows 30 or 30 minutes have passed, I already talked to you about this, the minute hand is at the 6. So it shows us this is in between 10 and 11, but it's still in the 10 zone. So it's 10:30. Let's practice writing the time. Remember, I'm going to start with my short hand. This is in between 11 and 12, so I go with the smaller number. I know it's still in the 11 zone. So I'm going to write the hour is 11, and it's pointing directly at the 6, so I know it's 30. 11:30. 11:30. This one, it's between the 12 and the 1. So it's still in the, you might go to the 1 because you might say, oh, Mrs. Bramman said to go to the one that's smaller. But in this case, 12, it's in the 12 zone, okay? It's usually the number before, not the smaller number. I shouldn't have said that. It's still in the 12 zone. Okay, 12 owns this zone. And remember, it's not 1 o'clock till it gets to the 1. So it's 12, and then it's halfway, so it's 30. 12:30. Okay, last one. This hour hand, my shorthand, is pointing directly at the 4. It's right on the 4, so we know the hour's 4. And then this minute hand is pointing at the 12, which represents what? The start, 0, 0. So it is exactly 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Okay, mathematicians, you're up.